Welcome back. So we're trying to gather information around Tharbad at the moment on Kevin's route once again. So let's try the Bracer Guild. So they were rescued from the sandstorm then. That's right. Same other people I was just talking about. Well, speak of the devil. Alright. Sorry to interrupt. Ismail here was just telling me about how you all helped that merchant caravan in the desert. But I won't bother you about the details right now. After all, it looks like you have business with us today. Your haste is appreciated. You're asking if Professor Hamilton was in Tharbad last October? No, not that I'm aware of, after all. She was in the east around then. Was she not? After all, leaving from there, I heard she went straight back home to Basel. When someone as important as the professor comes to Tharbad, it's usually all people can talk about. So if even the guild didn't know, that means she probably came in secret. That's so. You know, I'd actually heard there was a bit of trouble with the city's water source around the same time. Heard the professor came all the way out here to fix it, but if you're saying otherwise, maybe we were on the wrong track. Perhaps we should look into whether or not there were any other strange happenings or incidents in October. It wasn't long after the film festival ended, right? Does anything come to mind? Actually, I think that was about the same time the Institute of Science notified of us an analysis they conducted on the plant we found. Plant? Do you mean agave? The type used to make the drugs distributed during the film festival, right? Yes. The Guild's Tharbad branch and the Institute of Science were collaborating on a joint investigation on the matter. For a while, we were sending them status updates on those who had taken the drug during the festival, as well as any residual evidence we collected. Even joined their field researchers on a trip to the cave, where agave was growing en masse. However, the data we collected there ended up being insufficient, given that there weren't any agave clusters outside the cave to compare them to. Yes, which is ultimately why the collaboration continued into late October. But unfortunately, before we could make any further progress on the investigation, the Institute informed us they'd be bringing it to a close. Because they'd already finished their analysis of the evidence. Well, they did manage to learn a lot about the drug itself. They even shared a list of its components with us. But we're at a loss on some of the other important details, like what the agave's preferred habitat is, or whether there are any related species. We suggested to the Institute that we get those questions answered before any others at the start of the investigation, but they told us that analyzing the drug's core components took priority, considering the danger it posed. Said they'd continue with the ecological investigation after the component analysis was finished. It's strange they had such a sudden change of heart, yeah. Someone with authority at the Institute must have ordered them to bring the investigation to a halt. Someone like... that's concerning. Well, at any rate, I think now we've got a better idea of what's been going on back then. Thanks for answering all of those questions for us. Oh, nothing more, okay. I was investigating that troublesome drug from last year, specifically the plant used in the orbal shishas. I couldn't find any growing naturally outside of that cave, but I still managed to get a decent sample. Yeah, so it's the cave that's key. Didn't think it was odd for the Institute of Science to pause their analysis. But looking back on it, it is strange that they didn't conduct a more thorough ecological investigation. It's difficult to imagine that Professor Hamilton would have come here last October. Even if she had made the trip, it would have been the first time in years people would have talked about it. Yeah, so I'm just wondering, like, there's got to be more under the cave or behind the cave or something like that. It's it's growing from something nearby, right?
Shall we search?
If it's only there. And if they did the ecological study, they'd probably find like where its root system or something headed towards. That's what I'm feeling there. Right, 4 SPG.
What have we here?
4 SPG on the bulletin board. Righteous Thief Spoils. Have you heard of the Righteous Thief Arends, who once made this very district into his prowling ground? Well, I have a clue regarding the location of the treasure he left behind. Interested in a treasure hunt? Then come to the Cultural District back alleys. I'll tell you more about it there. Fatty. Looks like there's another one. Oh. A waterway bounty. According to the recent intel, dangerous monsters, the Hecate sisters, have been sighted in the underground waterways. We would greatly appreciate you taking care of this beast in the guild's stead. Alright, well, we'll go to the back alley stuff first. Hello. You're Fatih, right? We saw your request on the bulletin board earlier. I knew you'd come. None of you are the Spriggan, though, are you? I assume you folks are taking on 4 SPGs in his place? Well, so you knew we weren't him and you still asked for our help? Don't tell me, do you know us? Not at all. But after taking a little look at what's been going on behind the scenes these past few days, I had a hunch. Finding that a man of the church is at the center of it all was a bit of surprise, though, I'll admit. And that gentleman over there, well, it's probably best not to touch on that one, is it? Your discretion is much appreciated. So this request was about finding the location of some guy's treasure, right? What exactly do you get out of asking us to do something like that? All I'll say for now is that I believe you all have the capabilities necessary to obtain this treasure. What's important is whether or not you all intend to follow through on this opportunity. So what will you do? Well, go along with it. Law and Grey. I mean, I'm curious and all, but... Yes, 4 SPG accepted. Now, let's get hunting! Hey, hold on a sec, will you? I'm kind of curious myself, actually. After all, a chance like this doesn't come every day, right? And if all goes well, we might even be able to make back all of Rufus's money. Well, I wouldn't be so sure of that. But I suppose there's no harm in taking gambles every once in a blue moon, right? Alright, fine, we'll accept the request. We'll look for this Arends guy's treasure, or whatever it is. I knew you'd come around. What kind of person was Arends? I don't think I've ever heard of him before. Definitely not someone we learned about at Aramis. But judging from his name, I'm guessing he wasn't Central Eastern? I've heard of the man once or twice myself. If I recall correctly, he was half Galvadian, half Alsemi? I believe there's an old anecdote about his exploits in Tharbad. It claims he fought against a family who ruled the city with an iron fist. Indeed. Though Arends was half Central Eastern, he was also a soldier of the Kingdom of Calvert. So when he was dispatched to a location just outside Tharbad, he witnessed firsthand the cruelty wrought by the most prominent family in the region. Yeah, I heard a bit about that when I was doing some research on the city. There was this independent lord, apparently, who owned a piece of land stretching from Tharbad all the way to western Alsaim. Got away with a lot of crap because of his connections in both countries. Yes. Of course, Arends lodged complaints about the lord's behavior to both the army and the kingdom. But he was unfortunately silenced. Though he had grown to care deeply for the people of Tharbad, and had even taken a lover in the city. So, to do right by them, he quit the army and took up arms against the family. Knowing doing so would have him marked as a traitor and a thief. And eventually the family was overthrown, forcing Calvert and Alsaim off their proverbial behinds to re-examine the governance of the region. I see. Then is this treasure something he stole from the family? It's a strong possibility. You see, though the majority of the riches they acquired through their exploitation had been returned to their rightful owners, the wealth the family gained by way of tolls and managing mines was also quite considerable. People believe Arends may have hidden that wealth for his future descendants. Oh, boy, is this exciting or what? So, you're gonna give us a hint to where the treasure is, right? Well, the only hint I have for you is this map. You'll have to use the cipher written on it to find the location on your own. You know, I'd make a comment about how cliche this all is, but this might actually be a good chance to test our skills a bit. Solve the mystery and find the treasure left behind by a legendary thief. It's almost like we're in a movie or a video game. Could do without the whole wild goose chase thing, though. Huh? But that's what makes it fun. Plus, searching for it ourselves would give us what they call a sense of accomplishment. Well, the rest is up to you, my friends. Remember to keep your wits about you, though. After all, you aren't the only ones with a hankering for treasure. Oh, so you're saying we could have competition, huh? No way we're losing now. That's the spirit. Now, if you'll excuse me, may Arusha grant you guidance? Indeed. His intentions still have you suspicious, don't they? Got that right. I mean, why give this test to us instead of looking for the treasure himself? Plus, there was that whole thing about him doing his research before putting up his request. That said, it's not like I sensed any malice from the guy, but I don't know. Maybe it's just hard to read. Certainly possible, I suppose, but for the moment, I believe we'll have to advance the investigation to learn what his true motives are. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Right.
We'll sort this forest PG out in no time.
Indeed. Righteous thief spoils. Oh. Looks like it's the desert at least then. So what's this a map of? I don't really tell, to be honest, but I do see the cipher he was talking about. Judging from the topography and the orientation of the area in relation to Tharbad, I imagine it's likely somewhere in the Sand Sea. Maps from 100 years ago aren't really like the ones we use today, though. The symbols they used were different back then. Topography changes over the years, too. Gonna be pretty hard to find the treasure with just this to go off of. So we're gonna be taking a shot in the dark here, huh? Even with the map. Well, let's see. It says the first clue is hidden at the feet of the twins who support one another. Twins who support one another? What could that possibly mean? Well, whatever it is, it's unlikely to be man-made, given the nature of the Sand Sea during that area. It's probably two stone pillars that have collapsed and are touching each other, like you could see it on the map there. However, if the cipher was indeed intended for use by future generations, I doubt it's anything prone to change or decay either. So maybe we should be looking for stuff that's more hardy, like rocks or something. Man, this forest BG sure ain't gonna be a stroll down easy street, huh? Why don't we just head out to the dunes for now? Onward to treasure galore! Hello? And you are? What's that about? Off to the Sun Sea anyway.
Zoom, zoom!
Zoom, zoom. I mean, you could see where we're meant to go with that Ford SPG there. I'm just wondering if there's anything else. We still need to go up there. Yeah, like those two stone pillars there. They're supporting each other, so, you know. Also, we could take the car, can't we? Get in my car. Get in my car.
Off we go.
The wheel is yours, Rufus.
Brum and such.
Vroom, vroom!
Exactly. My thoughts exactly. Right here. Found it. Get out. No. The twins who support one another. Should be them, right? Oh, I get it. Two similar looking rocks leaning against each other. And they're twins who support one another. So that means there's something hidden at the base of these rocks, right? Let's get digging, S. Yeah. After digging at the base of the rock formation, the group managed to uncover a small bottle containing a scrap paper. It looks like another clue. I assume if we continue following his little brain teasers, we'll eventually come upon the location of the treasure, yes? Quite the well-designed experience. Well, what's it say? I'm getting to it, kid. Let's see. It says third clue is hidden in a place of rest only accessible on the longest days. Longest days. Probably referring to the summertime. But what place of rest is only open during summertime? Maybe we should think about what the summertime usually means to Tharbad. Lots of rain. I mean, it's the season where it gets even hotter than usual, of course, but apart from that, rainy season. The rainy season, isn't it? Come to think of it, there was that big storm yesterday. So I guess maybe it is the rainy season? It's meant to be the rainy season. And maybe so, but a downpour like yesterday was far from a usual occurrence. But at any rate, it's a place of rest that only appears in the Sensei during the rainy season. Are we starting to get the picture? Think so, yeah. It's Monty Python's Flying Circus. No, don't attack the car.
Off we go.
Don't attack the car. So I'm assuming we're heading to some kind of small oasis.
Faster, faster!
I can't go any faster. I've got my foot down, or well, I've got my, finger down on the trigger. But the equivalent. Oh, I expected it to crash into it and just stop. Right. A watering hole or an oasis. Either of the two would qualify as a place of rest in a desert, after all. I don't think they're usually a watering hole here. At least not that I've heard. So this thing's showing up during the rainy season for the past 100 years, huh? Awfully reliable little thing. We don't have any more specific hints on where to start looking for the clue, do we? I mean, with how sand dunes move and stuff, I'm surprised this has still got a location that works with this. I think this would be like potentially somewhere else now, because digging around the entire watering hole would be a huge pain in the bum. Might be cheating, but I think I can rely on some tech for this one. Okay, there we go. It's slightly out of range. Okay, looks like the only place man-made object could be buried is over there. All right, let's get digging. You're really getting into this, huh? Yes. Kind of feels like I'm starting to rub off on you. That's so adorable. I like the fact it's that case of like, yeah, stuff may have shifted and moved. We'll just check here. After digging in a section of sand near the oasis, the group uncovered a pot containing a scrap of paper. Let's see. Looks like the final clue. What makes it final? My treasure lies in the center of a ring woven by guiding sunlight. Guiding sunlight? What the heck's that supposed to mean? In the past, people used the position of the sun to stars to determine direction and tell time. Perhaps that's what it could be referring to? Then maybe it wants us to find something that can be used to measure the time of day? Like a sundial? Oh, like those things we saw earlier. Those big rock pillars that stick straight up out of the sand, they're pretty common in the Sensei. Yeah, they're all over the place. I heard they were shaped like that by the wind. Definitely wouldn't be surprised to hear about merchant caravans using them as sundials or landmarks or something. Then perhaps our next task should be to seek out a group of these pillars that stand in a circle. Alright, gang, we're heading off to the finish line. The treasure's so close, I could practically taste it. Wait for us, my sweet. We're on our way. I've been thinking, like, where, the other Septarians could be. Because if we're thinking, like, this is all going to do with time, because obviously, and we've got the theories that time's up there beyond the canopy. What used to be what we refer to as the firmament, The whole situation with the desert, we've had the idea, like, well, it could be to do with, like, the water Septarian. It could be to do with the wind as well. It could be to do with the wind, because the wind is driving the heat. Because you got to think, like, climate change, like, is a lot of energy being added into the air. And what that will mainly cause is not actually heating of the atmosphere, oddly enough, in like a traditional sense of like, oh, everything suddenly gets hotter. It's like, no. What actually happens is you get a lot more wind. There's a lot more energy in the air, which drives harsher storms. So that's why you end up with like massive cold fronts and massive heat waves and stuff like that, because the wind is being pushed around because it's got more energy behind it. That's mainly what happens and mainly what we're seeing. So, taking that into account as that idea and taking it into this world, that's what could be going on, in a way. Like, removing the water and adding in the wind energy could be driving a lot of desertification. Yes, I always struggle with that word. Ah, well. Desertification. There we go. It's like, yeah, that could be a driving force of it. So it's like not just taking the water away, but pushing the heat around with the wind. So it could be a combination. We could end up with a steel situation where it's water and wind have combined into something themselves. It's driving these more powerful sandstorms because there's no water and there's more wind. The logic's there, at least. The logic's there. You know. Anyway. A ring woven by guiding sunlight. I think we found it, folks. Oh, and I bet the treasure's right smack dab in the middle, too. Alright, I'm gonna check it out first. Careful. Didn't actually think we'd find anything. Seems we were right to take this gamble. I wonder what's inside. But let's open it, Nadia. Sure, of course. At least, that's what I'd like to say, but... We know you're there, you creeps. So why don't you come out already? Ah, that sneaking around you were doing wasn't as subtle as you thought, was it? Just... FYI. Jigs up. Might as well show your faces, yeah? Guess we don't got much choice. Aren't these guys Bugbear? A group consisting of so-called Jaeger dropouts. Suppose I had heard they'd ended up in the Republic recently. So what exactly do you buggy-boos or whatever want with us? That's Bugbear to you, kid. Sheesh. First the fixers, now you guys. I know you're getting it wrong on purpose. Anyway, you don't want to get hurt. You'll give us that treasure, you hear? No hard feelings. We just need the money. Awfully bold of them. Got a feeling they don't quite know who they're dealing with. Bugbear, heard you guys had fallen into a whole lot of debt recently. So you came all the way to Tharbad to try and turn your luck around, is that it? Gotta say, I admire you for going to all that effort. But that doesn't give you the right to steal our treasure. I mean, have you no dignity? Insult us all you want. Whoever gets the treasure in the end is the winner. No matter the means. If you don't agree to our demands, we won't show you any mercy. I don't care what you say, we found this treasure, which means it's ours. And we're not handing it over. And if you try to take it by force, you better believe we're gonna fight fire with fire. Besides, the treasure is Arin's, a thief who stood up for others when nobody else would. There's no way we'd hand it over to the likes of you. But to quote Arkwright, afraid we can't agree to that request of yours. It just ain't up to our standards. Now let's get these small fry the punishment they deserve. That's Kevin. I haven't sorted out my
if it's a
quartz and stuff. Because I was gonna do that when we went off underground. Let's do spears of Eren lower on these guys.
Allow me.
Seals of mine, conflicting from the abyss. Fly, holy spears of space. Pierce, unholy spears of time. By your opposing natures. Bring ruin to all!
Conflicting from the abyss. I like that. I like that.
I'm that much closer to his level.
Cross Cypher's Cross Cypher 2. The return. Team Nana 1, Bugbear 0. You said whoever gets the treasure in the end is the winner, right? Your loss simply proves once and for all that you just don't have what it takes to obtain such riches. I can't believe we lost. But it's not too late. We prepared something special for the occasion. Good thinking, calling for backup. Now we've really got an advantage. Time to pay you back for making fools of us. They got a lot of guts, I'll give them that. And they're more stubborn than I thought they'd be. Wish they'd use it for good or something. That's an awful lot of bugaroos. I mean, we can definitely beat them, it's just... Do we really have to? Not to worry. It seems our reinforcements have arrived as well. Huh? Oh dear. Crash, mate. What? What's the meaning of this? A sniper? Didn't actually think they'd have backup out here. At this rate, we won't even have an advantage in numbers. Maybe we should leave. Retreat! This ain't worth it anymore. Oh. Well, I see. They're discerning enough to know when to make a strategic withdrawal, at least. They're running away so fast, too. We don't gotta chase them, do we? I'm tired. Not exactly the first person I thought would come to our aid. I think it's about time you told us your secret. Don't you, Patty? I see. Wouldn't have guessed you were Aren's great-grandson. The knowledge of the treasure's existence has been passed down in my family for generations. As a matter of fact, after I found the map, I even had a rough idea of where it was located. However, I never had any great desire for wealth, so I simply chose to let it be, but... That's when those bugbear people showed up. Indeed, as soon as they caught the scent of treasure, those scoundrels were on the hunt. But I felt strongly about entrusting it to people who were actually worthy of Aren's legacy, and nobody else. Ultimately, that's why I threw together the idea of putting the so-called fixers I'd heard about to the test. And we just happened to be taking 4 SPGs in the place. Which means we weren't the ones you intended to entrust the treasure to. Sorry. Oh, no, it's nothing to worry over. After all, you've more than proved yourselves worthy of the treasure already. And knowing what I do of the fixers, you all seem to be acting with the exact same integrity. Woohoo! Sounds like we got the seal of approval then. That means we can crack this thing open now, right? Can't wait to see what's inside. The treasure of a chivalrous thief who straddled the boundary between West and Central East. I imagine it to be quite intriguing. This is... Treasure, I think, but is this really all there is? A book, an old map, and a piece of jewelry. The jewelry's shining, though. I mean, the jewelry does look expensive, so I guess I can't complain, but how come the chest wasn't packed with riches beyond our wildest imaginations? Might not look like what we're expecting, but the map's treasure too, Nadia. Look, the topography of the Sansi is drawn in such exquisite detail that it's comparable to a map created within the latest surveying technology. It's an amazing creation of its time, don't you think? Indeed, it's likely one of the maps that Aren's created while exploring the outskirts of Tharbad. You see, Aren's was famous not only for fighting against tyranny, but also for studying the region's geography to ensure caravanners' safety. At the time, a map consisting of the culmination of all his work likely would have fetched a fair price equal to that of even gold bullions. There seem to be a few locations not present on modern maps. Can we see this map in full? But it must have some value as historical document too. A historical document, you say? This is merely an estimate, but in the realm of academia, I imagine it could fetch anywhere between 50,000 and 150,000 mira. Oh, that's a lot of moolah. What about the book? Seems a bit different from the map, to be honest. You know, I think this might actually be RN's personal journal. Oh, that's gotta have historical value too, right? She's seeing mirror signs. If you're not keeping anything else, you should at least keep this. Oh, are you sure? You'd likely make a fortune off of it. Maybe, but even if that were true, there must have been a reason RN's buried his journal alongside the treasure. And whatever the reason is, as his descendant, I think you have the right to know more than anyone. That said, you should keep the map too. This isn't about simple monetary value, it's about RN's legacy, and the culmination of all his hard work. Indeed, and the person who strove to follow RN's final wishes should be the one to decide what to do with it. Finally, and frankly, us deciding without his consent whether it's ought to be liquidated or donated doesn't quite sit right with me. Yeah, I guess. Sucks, but it's the right thing to do. Can we keep the jewelry? I couldn't agree more. Here, we'll return the map. The memories my ancestors left behind. I never imagined I'd get to know them someday. How can I ever thank you all? Don't worry about it. You made this request because you wanted to entrust the treasure to someone worthy, right? Then we're just trying to help you fulfill that request, even though we're just Arkwright Solutions stand-ins. You can put your hand down now, Kevin. Think maybe we could take the piece of jewelry, though. Doesn't seem like it had any special connection to Arens after all. Actually, that was probably an informal gift given to Arens by the Grand Prince of Alsame. That's what it says on the piece of paper. It also mentions how it was bestowed by the royal family to the liberation of Tharbad. The star and moon emblem. Not only has the ornament been embedded with high purity esmelas, but it seems to be of ancient origin as well. If all that's true, then wouldn't it have been important to Arens? Arens acknowledged that, for all his attempts at chivalry, he was still just a thief and a turncoat. He never felt he deserved a reward from the royal family. He didn't do the things he did for wealth. He did them for the people of Tharbad. Thus he vowed to never wear objects of value himself. He would rather they be entrusted to someone more worthy if such a person appeared. At least Arens wrote as much on this piece of paper. And that's all the more reason it should be kept in the family. Shouldn't you keep it? No, in fact I think this treasure is the one that should be entrusted to all of you. In doing so, I'm simply respecting Arens' wishes. As the descendant of a thief, I have simply no right to keep it. You, those who protected the treasure from scoundrels of the underworld, are more than worthy to claim it as your own. I see. Then we'll simply have to respect your decision then. I graciously accept this gift. Fatty. Though, honestly, I don't know that I deserve to have it either. I think you do. After all, you were the one who suggested we respect Arden's wishes in the first place. If you don't want it, I could always take it. Show some self-restraint, please. I don't think she can. Once more, I'm truly glad I entrusted this task to you all. I hope we'll have the chance to meet again someday. Sure, and you take care of yourself. May Arios protect you. Fate certainly is as mysterious a creature as it ever was, yes. You never quite know what it will bring you next. Who would have thought we'd be able to fulfill a century-old thief's wishes? You know, honestly, it was kind of a letdown that the treasure was just those three things, though. But at least this emblem thing is cute. Well, the treasure's in its rightful place now. So I guess that's that, huh? Now, with that case done and dusted, why don't we try switching gears again?
Check that one off the list.
But what did we get?
Money for our coffers.
Did we get like a piece of equipment? Star and moon emblem. That's how. Ooh.
That's the way it goes.
Ooh, 7 wind. 5 time. Evasion at 100%. And arts evasion at 100% while casting arts. Like, ooh. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. Equipment was what I was checking. Yeah, because this is something I did need to sort out anyway. So what we got here? Only 10% for each of them. Okay. Well, let's see about... Because then, again, I did want to sort stuff out here quartz-wise, because, like, yeah, you can see, like, stuff needs to be sorted. So let's unequip,
Which type do you want?
unequip,
Select a type.
unequip,
Please select a type.
unequip,
I'll work my...
You may leave this to me.
and get stuff sorted here.
Your skills have changed.
Because we want the burst gain. That's something we know for sure we want. Anything... Take that from any of
Your
these.
skills have changed.
So fire is what we're after, if anything. We'll have that
Your
blink.
skills have changed.
So that's the burst gain acquired. Right, and down here, we need to unlock the slots. Something we need to do. Because it's a while ago since we've been with this group, so... It's like, yeah... Makes sense. Like, we had you around because we used you in the, garden, so that's a bit different. No more for that one. Need it to be a single element slot to unlock any more there. Okay.
You may leave
quartz.
this to me.
So we're
That's a
looking...
single element slot.
I know. So... I'd like to get... If we can... We will get that, actually. Not on Kevin, though, actually. Absorbs physical attacks. We won't get that. Because it's like, I want the
Your
absorb
skills have
seal
changed.
on you. For sure. 'Cause that's the thing, I was like, I want to be sure of things. But at the same time, I do want the water ones available to us. Recovery arts effects is not good. Might be worth just coming in with one of these again. We'll take that one to
Your
run.
skills have changed.
And we could get that, but not with you. Feel. We're getting the evade. We'll get the
Your
one from
skills have
Shizuna.
changed.
I'll just bring in the evade 2 as well. I feel like we're okay there, because again, it's the seal I'm after.
I'll
We'll
work
go
my
over to you
magic.
guys.
That's a
Put
single
other
element
things.
slot.
Brings in the time. I'll take that from
Skill set
Fee.
changed.
Okay. I'll
Skill
take that
set
because
changed.
it is nice. It is nice, that one. Take that from
Skill
Leon.
set changed.
Leon! One more fire would be nice. We can get some other stuff with fire, though. That would be good. Yeah,
Skill
gets
set
the fire up.
changed.
That works nicely
That's a
for us.
single element slot.
I'm aware. It helps with the seal. Item drop rate.
Skill set changed.
Yeah. Because it's like, again, I want the resist seal, but I'd like some other stuff as well. It might be the way to go. Might be the way to go.
Skill set changed.
Get a water one with wind. That would be nice. Go on the wind one. Like, yeah, we could have that. We'll take it from Elaine.
Skill set changed.
So that gets us the resist seal. If we get a bit more water,
That's a single
actually.
element slot.
It's a single element slot. Take that from
Skill
Anya.
set changed.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Looking to adjust your ordnance? That's a single element slot.
That's a single element slot.
I'll work my magic.
might actually give you Smaug.
Skill set changed.
With having Scent as well. I just feel that'd be a good idea.
Looking to adjust. That's a single element
Okay,
slot.
and we'll put Attack
Skill
up there.
set updated.
Water is what we're after, really. I'm going to throw
Skill
that in
set
because I'm going to make you
updated.
the sort of healer for our group. Yeah, we get that because it's
Skill
nice
set
for the
updated.
burst gain there. Really? Gonna go with that.
Skill set
I'll go with that.
updated.
Okay, so now I'm looking for EP cut. Feels a good idea.
Updated.
We'll take that from Fee.
Skill set updated.
Action is always nice to have around, but trying to focus on the seal at the moment. Where's some ones that have got wind on it as well? Not sure. So,
Skill
we'll have
set
that.
updated.
Let's have some water over here then. Recovery arts
Skill set
effects.
updated.
Okay.
Of course. That's a single element slot.
I know. Ranged arts effect,
skills
that's
have been
fine by me,
updated.
because we just get a bit of fire from that, that's fine. That's fine. It's so interesting to see Smaug and Beowulf next to each other. As someone who's got like a lot of Tolkien books, it's like, it's funny. It's funny. It's like, I've got like Tolkien's notes on Beowulf as a book. And obviously Smaug, you know. No. Okay, we'll take that from
Your
Altina
skills
there.
have been that's a single element slot.
I am very familiar with that being a single element slot. We'll take the chance to freeze as
Your
well.
skills have been updated.
And get a shield through. We'll take that from
Your
Ren.
skills have been updated.
I know they have. I am very familiar with the fact they have, yes.
Your
Take
skills
that.
have been updated.
I may change it out. Strike. Take that from
Your
Shizuna.
skills have been updated.
I need 2 more wind. Yeah,
Your
go on.
skill.
Looking
I
to
was wondering
adjust
if
your
I might
ordnance.
change this over here to that now. Like when you're casting, that could be
Skill
very
set
nice.
Of course. You may
So we got the
rely
resist
on me.
seal. Okay, that's not what I want.
Please select a
That's what I
type.
want.
These are my
Prioritize
work.
speed
Looking
with you.
to select a type.
Prioritize
Your
magic.
Which type do you want?
Prioritize balanced and
Let me know what type
prioritize
you prefer. Is this to
physical.
your liking?
Okay. And equipment wise, I want to see if we can just. It'd be nice if I could see which characters I've got around, because it's like I'd want to then swap them out. Just be like, right, take these from the other group. That'd be nice. It would be nice. So we'll take that there. Or if we could sort by, like, is there any way to sort? Like, no, like sort by whatever we want, sort of thing. Like sort by immunities. So if we can get a debuff immunity there, a rainbow bracelet. And remove. So where was it? Because we want the seal especially is the one we want to get rid of. Because that's the one that causes me the most issues, I feel. We'll take the... I just want to look at the ones that have got, like, equipped, because they're the ones I want to take. Where's the turn craft points? Yes, there. Staff crest. Not got anything on you. Can we even equip you with anything? No. I was just wondering. Blade crest would be good for you. At the same time, I want... Where is the... Yeah, prevents. That's what I want, but Naji's got that. We'll have the yellow medal. Okay. And now we'll see about... It'd be nice if I could get another one of them. Take a gladiator head. No. Take the macho belt from Van. Okay, we've got the debuff immunity there. Half point up would be nice. Like that turn. But I take one from Ren. Oh, there we go. Right, so I'm thinking we'll actually use this as a place for us to end this part. Yeah. And then the next part, we'll see about continuing the rounds in this little bit, but also at the same time, we'll actually... We'll go down into the depths.
Hustle up, gang.
We'll start the next part by taking out those things over there. Ta-ra for now.